Welcome back to our live video, which should be live. That's why it's called live and not dead. Come on, video. Get going. So test it out. Yeah. Hi again, Jeremy. Was the connection okay on the previous video? I felt like it was kind of janky on the previous video.
It kept pausing.
It kept pausing for me on my side, so maybe it's my end. Yeah, it's kind of odd. But if you guys are okay, then that's cool. I just don't want to like blink at you and be like, what's going on? Pausing. Yeah. But yeah. And I was like, wait, Steven's in the other room for the only day we're gonna have tech issues. Can't be when Steven's in the other room brewing tea. Come on. But yeah. Let me know if there are any issues on your end with the stream. Seems to be okay so far for us. Yeah. Okay, cool. So welcome back to our daily tea practice, day 38. Again, we're going to be doing a blind tea tasting of the teas. We're going to do a blind tasting of the tea that I've picked, which is an oolong that I know really well. You guys have heard of this from me. It's the Jade Mountain Oolong from my teacher Ai in Taiwan. And we're going to be having Steven brew this baby in one of the pots that I guess you guys saw it, but I did not. One of the pots that I'm really familiar with, and we'll see if I can identify which pot he's using to brew this tea really well. So it's kind of like a switcheroni, like instead of me knowing what teaware, but not knowing the tea, I know the tea, but I don't know the teaware. We did pick the 9 pots I know the best out of that lineup. You might have noticed that none of them were Yixing clay pots, and that's because the majority of the Yixing clay pots are handled by Steven. I don't tend to brew with Chinese Yixing clay very much, but yeah, I know those pots really well. I have a 1 out of 9 chance of getting this right, so man, you know, that's a good base chance. We'll see if I can make it happen. Yeah, so I'll take my bit of this tea, and then the rest will go to Steven. He will brew it 2 times. And yeah, after that I won't see the tea again. And the reason why I'm brewing it for myself first is tea tends to change from day to day, right? So I don't know if this tea is, you know, acting a little bit differently because of the weather. I want to see if my palate... What?
It's a new bag. Yeah,
it's a new bag that we opened up of this tea. So we were letting it breathe for a couple hours before the stream. And then my palate might be off, you know, my sense of smell might be different from day to day. I saw once or twice in one of those fancy chef shows that chefs will like use a certain ingredient they know really well. Often it's like Swiss cheese, and whenever they're about to cook, they'll have a bite of that Swiss cheese to try to, you know, tell if their palate is off today, if it's really, really sharp, if they're smelling things really well or really poorly, because you know that ingredient so well. If you have it once a day, every day, you'll know if there's something wrong, which is really interesting. I wish we could do that, but we're not that fancy. All right, so we'll brew this for ourselves first to kind of just prime ourselves to see how we're doing, how the tea is doing, and yeah, let us know how you are doing out there in the beautiful tea world. Jeremy, welcome. Thanks for always being the first to jump on and help us test stuff. Joe, welcome. I'm glad you're drinking some of that rain butter from West China. I really like that tea. Tea Quinto and Life Sip by Sip, welcome. 23 Axolotl, Heidi Be Merry. I hope your day is merry today. Teapot Rescue Society, Cha Chai Tea, A Sulaidi, Tea and Scotch, and Doug W. Brown. Yeah, great. Nice. So, Steven, you are allowed to be in here for just a little bit longer while I just test out how this tea is gonna go. I thought I put water in it already. So the tea that I'm choosing for this taste test is, again, the Jade Mountain Winter Sprout from my teacher Ai. This is the tea that I am always talking about, that I always use in a lot of our experiments because it's a tea I know really well. I brewed it last year for the Tea Masters Cup in Vegas, so I brewed this tea like hundreds of times before. If there's one tea that I'll be able to identify if something's different about it, it's going to be this one. Hopefully. And then one of the pots that's over there is actually the pot I used to practice with this tea. And I went through a couple different pots to test out if there was any particular pot I should bring to the competition. So I've already kind of done this test before. The problem with the test though is that sometimes as you do your experiments, you'll be like, oh, that pot's the floral pot, and that pot's the mineral pot, and that pot's good for pu'er. So your brain almost like makes it taste better when it comes from that pot because you're expecting it. You know, we're human, as objective as we want to be, as, you know, oh, you know, I'm making sure not to put a bias on it. There's a bias, sorry. You know, your favorite pot will always brew your favorite tea really, really well, unless you're really, you know, dialing in and trying not to be biased about it. So this is the first time that we'll be doing this, ever, ever, ever. So all of those teaware experiments, I hope it really means something. Yeah. I won't be able to smell the leaves out of the pot that he'll be brewing out of. All I will get is the tea. And Steven tends to be a very light tea brewer. So I told him the one thing he has to promise me is to brew it strong. Heidi, do you regularly leave tea leaves out before brewing? It depends on the tea. So, for example, there's a little bit of this baozong from Floating Leaves. I've actually left in the gaiwan for like 2 days now. Almost as like a form of short-term storage to wake up the leaves. If something has kind of like an off aroma, or you just open a new bag of Taiwanese oolong, you know those vacuum sealed packs? Can you hand me a vacuum sealed pack, Steven? Just to show what we're talking about. Yeah, there we go. So these babies are like stuck inside, right? Some of you guys have these, some of you guys have the really tiny ones. When the leaves are inside these bags, they're living in like a weird environment. It's like the air inside is still the air from Taiwan. They haven't been exposed to the outside world in months or years. So letting them kind of just get acclimated to the local climate, to the room, the air, etc. seems to help kind of with the quality of the tea. And then when I have an older tea like this, the baozong from Floating Leaves, it smells really, really good. It just helps open the tea up a little bit, I think, before brewing. Yeah, you can do a test of this. Leave a tea in a closed gaiwan without any water for a couple hours, or maybe like overnight, and then see how it smells like in the morning. It's gonna start to just kind of like breathe a little bit. So we did that with this tea. So right now we've got Joe brewing some rain butter. I'm brewing some High Mountain Oolong. This is a High Mountain Oolong from my teacher in Taiwan, one I know really well. This is Jade Mountain. It's not a very common mountain. It's called Yishan or Yushan, Y-U-S-H-A-N. So if you're looking for it online, it's Y-U-S-H-A-N. Jade Mountain. It's the highest mountain in Taiwan. It's not the highest elevation oolong, but it's the area itself is pretty high elevation. Tastes like how it always tastes. Miriam Gomez, welcome to the stream today. Martin from 80 Degrees, Ian from Dottitron, Claudia, welcome, welcome. Hey Claudia, have you finished your tea spreadsheet, tea inventory? Discord friends, I know one of you was working on the tea inventory sheet. Was that Joe? Who was talking about?
Lion shared his.
Yeah, Lion shared his, but I know Claudia here from Tea Epiphany was thinking about putting her teas into an inventory spreadsheet. How do you guys usually organize your teas? I used to keep a spreadsheet, and then it just got too overwhelming, and I didn't like having to go to it after every single session, because usually I'm just straight chilling when I'm doing tea. So I don't have a spreadsheet anymore. Yeah, I think it was Joe, right? Yeah. Heidi, I try to keep beginner's mind. I love beginner's mind. I wish I had beginner's mind more. Because experience always brings bias. Very good idea to acclimate the vacuum packed. Yeah, just see how it goes. You know, I just find it does a little bit better. Online, I think people talk about how pu'er needs to breathe after it's been shipped and stuff like that. Yeah, same concept, but I think it applies to any tea. So compared to usual, I don't think we let it sit out long enough. It's a little thin compared to how I usually have it. It is the first steep, but this tea is usually extremely rich. It could just need a little bit more kick to it. How's our water today? Our water feels like it's a little bit thin. But I don't care what my water is at, because this first test allows me to figure out how the tea itself is doing, so that when Steven puts it in a pot, I'm not going to blame the water, I'm not going to blame the tea, it's just the pot changing the taste. Yeah. Didn't get to it last night. Joe says I need to reorganize my storage. Yeah, I try sometimes and then it just doesn't work out. Really good tea. This is a dongpian, which means it's the second winter harvest of that year. It doesn't always happen in Taiwan, but this particular year, this is 2018, the winter had like a warm enough period of time where the leaves were able to sprout again. And so the leaves are quite small, they're very delicate. You get less steeps out of this harvest, but it's very sweet, really delicate. I love, love, love this tea. It's really, really good. It's got like a delicate buttery, kind of almost like mango ice cream I get from it sometimes. It's very tasty. But not like you're just sitting with a bowl of mango ice cream and noshing. It's like you almost melted it a little bit. But melted mango ice cream is not a bad tasting note. Okay. Second steep here. To be fair, this is not my usual gaiwan. My usual gaiwan is this one. But the baozong is in it. Man. So Claudia, the tea that we're having right now is the Jade Mountain Oolong from my teacher in Taiwan. I'm brewing it myself right now so I can see how it's doing. And then afterwards, I'm going to hand off the brewing to Steven, who will go to the other room where he has my pots, our pots, the pots that you have inherited in this partnership. And he will brew this tea for me in one of those pots. He'll come back here with a cup, and I'm not going to know which pot he used. I can use the color a little bit. There are a couple pots that I know the color changes, but mostly it's going to be about the taste. Yeah. Okay, there's another cup, right? Oh, we have some white tea in it, so I gotta finish this quickly. No, not that cup. No.
No?
No.
You want to transfer it?
I guess.
This one?
I guess that's okay. I'm so picky about which bowls we use, because Steven's like,
not
that bowl, this other bowl. That one tastes like shit. Actually, while Steven's doing that, I almost want to do it side by side. Just to prove to you why I'm being such a dick about it. What?
Where do I put this?
I'll just give this to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So Steven's not going to brew the Jade Mountain, but I'm going to prove to you why these two bowls taste so different. They just will, okay? Like, Steven was showing me, oh, what about this bowl? I'm like, no, you can't use this bowl. That bowl tastes really bad. And they look the same, but they taste very different. Okay. And I'm just going to give my cup to Steven so he can put the tea in it. Ready, Steven? I just need one steep of this. I think we're good.
Okay.
All right. Handing it over to Steven. Then while he's gone, we're going to have to gossip about him and stuff. Bye, Steven. Bon voyage.
Bye.
I'm hoping he drops a pot. So I'll listen to the clatter of the pot and know exactly what it is that he dropped. Yeah. Dina Lynn Sione, where can I buy this tea? My local tea shop that I don't work for, I just really like them, is Tea and Whisk. They have it on the site as Jade Mountain. Yeah, or Yushan, Y-U-S-H-A-N. If you want the link to that, I can link you afterwards. They kind of have... I think they just recently improved their website, so you should be able to find it there. And yeah, I literally carry that tea back for him when I go to Taiwan. I don't sell tea, but, you know, just flavor between friends. And if the local tea shop is brewing really good tea, it makes it easier for me to have my workshops where I'm not just showing basic brewing all the time. We can actually do some interesting stuff. So that's why I help him get that stuff from Taiwan. If anyone would like to have my teacher's contact, let me know. Yeah, she makes really good tea. And Delphine, yes, we're using the same cup. And yeah, Cha Crusade, Dakota Soul, Nazanin, welcome. We're gonna be waiting for Steven to come back with a cup of tea, because he's blind taste testing me to see if I can figure out which pot he brewed the tea that I know so well in. While we do this, I'm so impatient. I gotta do an experiment while waiting for Steven. Horrible. I'm doing this because Steven was showing me a couple bowls to put the tea in so that he could go use the cup that I used earlier. And he was like, use this one. I'm like, no. That's horrible. Much better. Yeah. This is like a cheap Chinatown bowl that for some reason tastes different. And it's kind of odd, you know, really do they taste really different? If I'm not paying attention, they won't. But as tea people, it's our job to pay attention to these tiny details that the people we're serving might not notice, because they might not notice, but the tiny steps will build up to be a better experience if we can just get everything right. And you can see the color of the bowls are different. That's not just because someone painted them different or they just happen to be different. They're different chemicals in the glaze causing this difference in the color. And whatever's in this glaze, which is actually, this is a high silica glaze from IKEA, just tastes better with tea than that stuff. Yeah, and then I think Shiloh from Nuev Orden told us that different bone china will be fired with different bones of different animals. You know, so the bone being used will change the quality of the bone china, which makes sense to me. Different chemicals. Yeah, so now we're just waiting for Steven. It's much better. I don't want to exhaust myself though, so I'm going to wait for Steven to come back. Leaves in Hot Water, welcome back, and Ispodnebesnoj, welcome to the tea practice today. Day 38. We will test to see if all our stupid blind tasting, all our stupid teaware experiments have resulted to anything. Let me think about which pots will be difficult to tell. I think that the unglazed white porcelain will be difficult to tell. I don't know that one as much. I have an unglazed white porcelain. It's actually this material here. You can see compared to the regular porcelain, it's a little bit more matte. This one's a little bit more shiny. This one's a little bit more matte. It's like smooth like an eggshell. But the glazed porcelain is more like slippery and smooth. There's a guy one that Steven has that if he's using it, I think I'm gonna have issues telling if that's the one. I don't know it as well. I don't like it as much. I just haven't found a match for it yet. One of the pots he has in that room is the pot I used for the competition last year to brew this tea a bazillion times. I should be able to identify that one if he uses it. Yeah. Oh, you want to see the steeped tea. And this here is the steeped tea leaves. They're darker than a lot of high mountain tea is, and that's because they use a really good withering technique. A lot of the high mountain stuff, not a lot of it, but a good amount of it. Think about it, when they're making high mountain tea, they want to pay people fewer hours, so sometimes they'll cut the amount of withering time just to save money. And less withering usually results in a tea that's more flowery anyway, but it doesn't last as long in the long term because there's more wetness in it, there's more humidity. So when you're testing high mountain oolong, give it like a nice kind of push to see if it holds up. And this one's just really silky. I'm like putting a lot of effort into breaking these leaves and they're not budging. So when leaves are this silky, when they get rolled into oolong, they're not going to break. And that's why they're really good Taiwan oolongs. They open up really big and smooth and no breakage in the leaves. So yeah, that's the tea. Okay, Steven has brought me the first tea on a nice little pad. It's kind of dark.
He said brew it strong.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if it's a tea or I'm nervous. There's a good amount of aroma in this. Wow, this will be challenging. I like it. It's good. It's strong. I Okay, I think it's the tokoname or the Taiwanese wood fire pot.
Do you just want the first steep, or do you want a couple?
I'd like a couple, if that's okay with you. It's good. So I think I'll do this by the process of elimination. I don't think it's the... So I have... those pots I use for different experiments, but we use them for different teas. I don't think this is the Japanese tokoname reduction. It's too... That one just makes things taste very minerally. This doesn't taste minerally. Okay? I don't think it's a Banku Kyusu. You know, it could be. It's very smooth. I don't think it's glass. Doesn't give me that horrible sour taste. Man, I almost wonder if it's the Taiwanese wood fire pot. I think it's a Taiwanese wood fire pot. It just has that kind of like really fragrant, really, really nice, full... Yeah. So compared to how I brewed it, this one is much darker because Steven brewed it very light. I brewed it very light. I had Steven brew it darker. It's very aromatic. It's very strong, but there's no bitterness whatsoever. And you guys know how quickly a green high mountain oolong can become very bitter and leafy at the end. A really nice aftertaste. I'm getting kind of like an off taste though. So I wonder if it is really not the Taiwan pot. Hey Steven, you know what I'd like you to do? Can you give me 2 of them at the same time? Can you brew? Can you brew the second round?
Sure.
Okay, then
I'll work on that right now.
Okay, cool. I want to have a side by side because you did brew it, and I'm not sure if you just brewed it really, really hard, or yeah.
I'll use this bowl.
Yeah. So I even forgot which ones we have. We have our unglazed Gaiwan, we have the Taiwan wood-fired pot, the porous one. We have the Taiwan non-wood-fired pot, that's used for shang. We have the Korean Kyusu, we have glass. I don't think it's glass. I don't think it's the... You know, it might be the unglazed porcelain. I don't think it's regular porcelain. Could be tokoname. It could be the tokoname reduction. Man, this is tough. Whew. Feeling-wise, at least I could eliminate the tokoname reduction because that teapot makes us very, very tea drunk. The aftertaste is really good, which I don't think... I need to have like a sheet of paper. Goodness gracious. Tell me what you're drinking so I don't feel so nervous. For those of you who are just joining us, I'm trying to figure out which pot Steven brewed this tea in that I know so well. There is the added like confusion of I don't know how Steven is brewing this out there. He's just frantically running back and forth between the room to get the water. It's not a bad match though. Yeah, this is a good match. All I can do is eliminate the ones that are just not good matches for now. So I asked him to give me a second cup because I'm having difficulty with this one. I'm just like, it could be any of the really good ones. I should just start saying things to Steven to see if he'll betray using his expression. Is it the tokoname? Is it the tokoname reduction? Is it the Taiwanese wood fire? What are you looking for?
Oh, the other bowl. I'll put that here.
Okay, alright. So how you guys is doing today? I feel like I just boxed myself into this very difficult challenge. Wow. Steven couldn't let me just enjoy my success from yesterday's blind tea tasting. He's got to do one this difficult. Tea Blossom, welcome to our very challenging tea practice today, where I'm trying to identify which pot Steven has brewed this tea in. I don't think it's a Taiwanese wood-fired. It tastes good, but not that amazing. I think it's the Korean wood-fired pot. I think this is the Korean wood-fired pot. The aftertaste is kind of tinny in a way that I don't like that much. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, that should tell me something. He didn't brew this in glass. This is not the glass one. This is the second pot. I asked Steven to make me a second bowl so I can do a side-by-side. Ooh, it's hot. I feel like it's from one of the bigger pots just because it's so warm. Wow, that's really, really hot. I think this is the Korean Kyushu. I don't know, Joe. I don't know if it's the final answer or not. This is very tricky. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves because I'm really not. It's tough, yeah. I think that one's the Taiwanese wood-fired pot with the facets.
The reveal?
The reveal already?
Are you locking in?
No.
Okay.
Why?
It sounded like you were locking
No.
in.
I haven't even done the side-by-side of these yet. So now in an attempt to kind of help myself, I'm trying to compare the two instances that he's given me. I think this one is the Korean wood-fired teapot. It's got like a tinny aftertaste at the end. Like, it's not bad, but it's not amazing. And then this one, my first instinct is that it's the Taiwanese dragon egg. The one with the slotted lid. It's bringing out more of the vegetal mineral notes. And we use that teapot for shampoo. And it's bringing out the vegetal mineral notes. So I think this one might be that pot. It's not that good of a match with this tea. Like, when I taste it, I want to put shampoo in whatever this pot is. For sure. This one is a question mark for me. It's like, okay, it's not horrible.
They're the same. That's the first second.
What?
First, second
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I asked you to do the second. Oh my god. Are you serious?
It's the same pot. We're doing one at a time.
I want you to do the second pot.
I'll start on that.
Okay. Goodness gracious, Steven. Okay.
It's the same pot.
Okay, now I gotta combine them, because you're killing me! Ugh. This is very difficult. It's like Steven boxed me into the most difficult to talk about challenge in the universe. Feels bad, man. Jeremy, give him a break. He doesn't even have to blind taste anything. I'm just like, it's so difficult. Okay, so combining first steep, first and second steeps. I still feel the same way. Using that second steep, it feels like I want to put shampoo in that pot. So I feel it's a Taiwanese wood-fired pot, which I didn't eliminate that from the first cup that I had. Yeah, don't worry, it's not Steven's fault. I'm just struggling. Enrique, welcome to the challenge today. Man, this is tough. So how are your days going while I wait for Steven to brew tea?
The first steep of the second pot.
Yeah, he's gonna be the first steep of the second pot now. Alright. It's like all of our tea experiments are on the line here. If I can't identify even one, what was the point of all the tea work experiments that we did? This is very warming though. I don't know if it's just the tea. The pot is making it feel quite warm. I know the Taiwanese wood fire pot makes teas taste warmer than they actually do. And I'm not sure if some of you have seen this in your pots, that your different pots will give you different results in the feeling of the tea as well. We can call it cha-chi or whatever, but really the chemical mineral composition of the pot is changing the way the tea is manifesting in the final cup. So whether you believe it's energy or just different chemicals that are interfering or affecting your brain chemistry from the tea, different teapots will of course make them feel a little bit different. I find that happens with the pots that I test. There are certain pots that make me feel more tea drunk than others. I don't think this is the Gaiwan. That one I can eliminate. It's not the same as this taste. It's not as clear. It's a little bit cloudy. It's one of the pots we don't use for oolong, I think. I don't think it's a tokoname. The tokoname, the red one, is very, very clean tasting. It tends to bring out the tea as it wants to be. Bright aromas, bright complexity. This is not super bright complexity that we're getting here. So my two guesses right now are the Korean blue wood-fired pot and the Taiwanese dragon egg pot. I would say it's the pot that I used for last year's competition. God, if this is the pot I used for last year's competition, I won't even be able to identify the pot that I used for last year's competition that I brewed like, it felt like 100 times over and over in that pot. Yeah. It's not a match for sure. Yeah, whatever this is. I feel like it's a Taiwanese wood-fired pot. The really, really fancy looking one with a drop lid. Yeah, we'll see after he brings out this next one. Thanks again for joining us and watching as I struggle. There should be a genre for re-struggling videos, because we're making one today. I don't even know where to put my hands, you know? And then we got 2 more days of tea practice until we take like a 3-day break just to chill out. Yeah, let's talk about the upcoming challenge for just those of y'all who are in the chat. We announced this on the Wednesday Discord hangout, but for those of you who weren't there, Delphine, I think you'd already gone. Ooh, Steven's back, so maybe not. That's gonna have to cool down anyway. Instead of doing a tea type focus challenge, we're going to be doing a tea session design challenge. If you joined us last month or the month before, we've done the green tea drink down, which you had to drink 7 green teas within 15 days to try to just get through your green tea stash before they got too old. We did the Pour Love Challenge, which is more exploration, expanding your flavor profiles. Now we'd like to do a tea session design challenge. We're gonna call it Chashi, which is tea play. And basically you wanna figure out how to set up your tea session that's best suited for both the practical and aesthetic needs of you or whoever you're brewing tea for. So like right now, this is a tea setup right now. I chose not to put anything fancy on the table because I wanted to focus on this very difficult challenge. So if you notice, the table is very clean today. No extra things because I really just wanted to focus during this challenge. White teaware, you know, Steven's using, this is Chashi too. Steven's using both brown tea towels to present the teas to me. And not only is it is quite, you know, nice to look at, but also it serves the purpose of fitting the session that you're trying to work on. So it's going to be more of a, number one, you don't have to buy anything for the challenge that we're doing. And I hope that you guys are encouraged to use stuff that you already have. Don't go out to buy new pots if you don't want to. I know we can't tell Jeremy to do that. He's probably gonna go buy some new pots anyway. But use what you have in your tea collection to produce a session with the tea that's both pretty, but also practical. So if you have like a table that's really beautiful, it's overflowing with flowers and dainty cups and stuff, but you can't pour tea in it because it's just too all over the place, you'll want to adjust that to make it a little bit more practical. So it's not the most simple challenge, I understand. It's a little bit more, takes a little bit more time, takes a little bit more thinking. But I think it's really important for us to just do more than just tasting and trying to collect as many teas as possible. There's a funness to that, of course, but I think we also need to practice using what we already have to create a really good setup. Yeah. So Jeremy, telling you right now, don't buy teaware for the challenge only. If you want to buy teaware for yourself, no problem. But no bonus points for buying new teaware. Use what you have. Okay, this is really hot too. I don't think it's glass. Ooh! Ooh! That's good! Yum! I didn't get that from the first one. Yum! That's really tasty. Wow, I love that. That's really good. That's very different from that one. That's not the Taiwanese wood fire pot that I use for my competition. This might be though. It's very tasty. Holy crap. Wow, it's so good! If this is a pot we don't already use for oolong, we gotta use it for oolong now. Holy crap. Wow! That's so good! How much you put in tea? It's so tasty! Even if I can't identify what pot it is, that's really good. Whatever that is, it's kind of good to do this blind anyway, because it's so friggin' tasty. If it's a pot we don't use for oolong already, that's instantly an oolong pot. Holy crap, that's really tasty. Holy shit. Hide Stock, welcome to practice today. Very challenging challenge today. And Nyanka S. Becker, welcome. That's really tasty. Wow. So in comparison, this is not a pot that I think is a really good match compared to that. That's holy crap, that's really delicious. What did you do, Steven? Why is it so tasty? It's either the Taiwanese wood-fired pot or a gaiwan. That's really good. Taiwanese wood-fired pot, the porous one. We'll call it the mountain clay pot. Taiwanese wood-fired mountain clay pot. The tokoname, maybe, and the gaiwan. Those are my three for this one. If that's glass, Delphine, I will change my mind forever about glass. Forever, okay? Like, if this is glass, we're not brewing anything else in anything else. It's just oolong glass forever. But I don't think it's glass. But that's the point of doing this without bias, right? If it's glass, then so be it, right? So, yeah. So be it. That's so disappointing compared to this one. That's crazy. That's just crazy. That's so good! So I have three options for this one. I think this one is not terrible. So I have like three tiers. I have good for oolong, okay, and horrible. And this one I think is in the second tier. And in that tier is the shangpuer pot, the white tea pot, and the... I don't know. I don't think it's banko. Yeah. Geoff, welcome. I don't know. Which teapot is the prettiest of them all? I'm not sure, but whatever it is that brewed this is just amazing. This is probably the most difficult just blind taste challenge we've ever undertaken because I'm like at a loss. It's easier to see the differences when they're side by side. Like right now, this made it like 100 times easier, but still not easy having these two side by side because not only am I not brewing for myself, Steven is brewing. I don't know how he brewed it. Did he brew it strong? Did he brew it kind of light? Okay, so my two guesses here are the shang pot. Oh no, there's three. The shang pot, the unglazed porcelain, or the Korean kyusu. This one, the Taiwanese mountain clay, that's for oolong. Maybe tokoname? How do I know it's not tokoname? It could be tokoname. It has a very clean kind of... I don't know. This might be the tokoname clay kyusu or a gaiwan. Yeah.
I don't want to lock in.
I don't know if I want to lock in yet. Can I have the second steep of this? You gave me the second steep for the other one too. That's your fault.
I'll need a bowl back though.
Okay, I'm gonna chug. And why I think this is a tea that's matching with... It's like the pot that has already been used for oolong. A lot of the flavors I'm familiar with are found in this cup for sure. Yeah, it's sometimes you gotta do tough things. Like, did you know I went to Angel's Landing in Zion when I'm afraid of heights? I'm not afraid of heights, I just feel nervous around them. Okay, I'm afraid of heights, I guess. So Angel's Landing is... I'm not sure if you guys seen of this. This is the valley floor of Zion, and then there's like a kind of like... It's really, literally this thin, okay? It's like a rock face that rises in the middle of the valley, and it's just been like carved by the river, I guess. Angel's Landing. And Steven and his dad, his dad is crazy, man. Like he went hiking with like post brain tumor surgery, and I decided I'd just go with him. And the entire time, not only did his dad severely outpace me, even if he's like 50 plus, I just kept laughing the entire time so that I wouldn't just start freaking out in the middle of the hike. It's literally like you have about the size of this table to walk on, and there are people going back and forth, and on either side is like a 1,000-foot drop. So yeah, and then there are like people with selfie sticks, there are people with children, there are people who are like overtaking other people, and you literally have this chain that you have to like hold on to, and if there's someone in front of you, you have to kind of reach around them. So you grab the chain in front of them and then pull yourself forward. So I did that. This is kind of like the Angel's Landing of tea challenges, because man, it's tough and challenging. But I have a 1 in 9 chance. That's quite dark as well. The Taiwanese wood-fired pot tends to brew this dark sometimes. That's very hot. Ian says, are the brewing parameters and steep numbers identical? This is steep number 2 now. This is steep 1 and 2 combined of the first one. I feel like this is a Taiwanese wood-fired pot. Yeah. 1 out of 9 chance. Remove glass, so it's a 1 out of 8 chance. If this is glass, I will eat dog food if it's glass, because it's not glass. It's not glass. That tastes like the Taiwanese wood-fired pot. The one I used for the competition last year.
And the first one?
I think it's the Korean kyusu or the shampoo pot. The Korean kyusu we use for white tea. The shang pot we use for shang. It just tastes very shang-like. Like I want to brew shampoo and whatever that pot is. It's got more kind of like... Yeah, both the white tea pot and the shang pot are kind of minerally. The Korean pot we use for white tea brings out more of like a sharp herbaceous thing going on, and then the shang pot brings out more minerality. This is weird. Okay. Okay. Should I just lock it in?
Yep.
Okay, so can I have multiple guesses? So at least I can... My number 1 guess for this one is the shang pot, okay? Second guess is the Korean kyusu. Third guess, unglazed porcelain gaiwan. This one. First guess, Taiwanese oolong wood-fired pot. The one that we use for oolong, okay? Second guess, tokoname kyusu. Third guess... My heart is racing. Third guess, the tokoname... No, it can't be the tokoname reduced kyusu. Third guess... I don't have a third guess on that one. I got one, I guess. Alright, let's see it.
The first one. You said, what was the first one?
The shang pot. It's not the shang pot. It's the we use this for yancha. Okay, so can it be a shampoo pot? I guess.
We can try that later.
I guess. Am I surprised? No, but did I get it right? No. This is the pot we use for wui yancha. why I didn't think that was the one is because this pot is probably the most temperamental, dramatic, like it throws a tantrum whenever it has a tea in it that it doesn't like. Like it literally throws a tantrum. This is a Japanese pot. It was actually custom made for me by the artist. I mean, not for me specifically, but for a girl who wanted a smaller pot. This is a Tanikawa Jin pot. Usually his pots are a lot bigger. Why I didn't guess this one is, again, it throws a tantrum whenever it doesn't like the tea that's in it. So the first thing I tried in it was sencha. It's a Japanese pot. It was terrible, horrible. And then I tried white tea, horrible. Tried hojicha in it, horrible. I tried oolong in it too, and it was not good, but not horrible. So yeah, okay. So it's not horrible, I guess, but it's not a correct guess.
And the second one?
I don't like my odds anymore. Now it's a 1 out of 8 chance too.
Sure.
I think it's a Taiwanese wood fire oolong pot. Yes! Yay! I got one.
Which means we need a tiebreaker.
Yay! No! No! I got one. Yeah. Well, that's good. At least I can identify the pot that I know really well. Yeah. So we got one. That's not bad. So yeah, we need a tiebreaker. No, I want that. I want that.
Drink it.
Okay.
I was gonna drink it.
I want that so I can acclimatize myself.
Mm.
I will say though, I thought that this was a shampoo pot because it was more minerally, and this does make things minerally, by the way. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with my guess. It's not like it's like completely off, because both this pot and the other one are meant to boost mineral content. So, yeah. But it's still wrong. I got one. I'm happy. Why are you gonna make me do another one? Because if I do another one, my score will be 1 out of 3. If I just leave it here, it's gonna be 1 out of 2. Screw Steven. Man. Okay. Felix, welcome to Tea Practice today. Fakir Kademoglu, welcome to Tea Practice today. We're doing a tiebreaker now because Steven can't just leave it at 1 out of 2. Wow. Okay. It's just, I think the better ones are just easier to tell. Yeah. Delphine, it's not that impressive. I use this pot so much for this particular tea. I should be able to identify it, right? But yeah, I guess it's okay. This is literally the pot that I used for last year's competition. I picked it specifically because it goes really, really well with oolong. Oh, it's not glass either, so I don't gotta eat dog food. Can you imagine if it was glass? Oh my goodness. I don't think it... No, it couldn't have been. It was just too good. What made me choose this one for this is just the aromatic quality of it. It's a very porous pot. Let me show you the inside. It's got that, you know, really, really rough, porous vibe going on. Very, very rough. And it boosts the aromatics of the tea really well. What's cool about this pot is that it's made by a potter who is very good friends with my teacher. And so he drinks her tea and then makes the pots. Not for her tea, but inevitably they're going to influence each other, you know? When he tests his teapots, he tests his teapots with her tea, which is really cool. There's a kind of symbiosis going on. And not all the time will a potter from that region make pots that are good for that tea. So for example, the sencha that I tried in this Japanese pot was just a terrible match. But in this case, the potter being close friends with the Taiwanese tea maker using Taiwanese clay just works really, really well. Yeah, really, really, really good. I should have won that competition, except for my own problem, which is I forgot to pour in the water 30 seconds before I wanted to. So I had an understeeped tea. And also the winner, my friend Michael Ortiz, who's also really good friends with my teacher I, and also one of my really good friends too. If there's someone's gonna win, he was probably the least salty for me. Like I was really happy that he won because he's an incredible tea brewer, really full of tea spirit. He poured the same tea as me, by the way. And when I had his tea, because I think he went up after me, and I drank a little bit of the tea he made that he brought backstage, and I was like, fuck, it's really good. He brewed that tea really well. So that's Michael Ortiz from JoJo Team Miami, who won the competition last year for USA. And they haven't done the World Championships yet. They had to postpone it last year because of the coronavirus situation. I think they're moving to this year. And then they'll have another round again of the Team Masters Cup overall. Ooh! What this? So this is a tiebreaker. It smells weird.
Yeah.
Tastes weird too. It tastes like green tea. I think it's a green tea pot that you used for this. Claudia points out that the color is very different. The clarity on this one is very deep. This one's a little bit cloudy looking. It's a little odd. That's weird. It could be glass, but it's not so bad to be glass. I think I'm gonna cheat a little bit. See how this one has a lot more fragments on the bottom? This one doesn't have as many fragments, so I wonder if it's a Banco Kyushu, which has a metal filter on the inside. Little like spiky dry leaf bits on the bottom. It tastes really odd. This is probably the worst out of the three. It could be glass. I think it could be glass. It could be Banco Kyushu. It's got a really nice aftertaste though, which glass sometimes has a nice aftertaste, but my Banco Kyushu has a nice aftertaste too. My odds are now 1 out of 7 too, so I better get this right. God. Do I get a second sip of this as well?
If you want.
I would like a second sip of this as well, yes.
Okay. We'll have to hurry. Or we could just keep going and do a couple more. This is kind of fun.
You think this is fun, Steven? This is
having
not
fun.
Oh my god. You're having fun because you don't have any pressure on you. Jesus.
We're blowing through a lot of really good tea though.
Yeah, we'll call it here. Whew. So it's a little bit flatter. There's an odd taste to it that I don't really like so much. I want Steven to do another brew of it because I feel like there's like an off taste. And it's got some aftertaste. So it's a pot that gives aftertaste to the tea but doesn't match the tea itself, which to me, I don't think it's a really nice aftertaste. What the hell? But the flavor itself is not that great. It could be glass. It could be the Banco Kyushu. It makes it very soft, very just. There's almost no interest in the tea. Like that has so much complexity going on. This one though. It's kind of watery, kind of flat. It's got a weird taste. It's weird. Can you just combine it?
Sure.
So I'm gonna ask Steven. No, actually I lied.
I'll help you finish that.
Okay. So I think that's a Korean Kyushu, or the Banco Kyushu, or glass. It's not that offensive to be glass though. It's kind of, I don't know. We'll see what the second seed brings for us. Yeah. Whew. Challenging stuff. Sometimes you gotta do challenging stuff. I wish Steven left it at 1 out of 2 so that I could just enjoy my Enjoy my my 1 out of 2 accuracy. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this one. We'll see. Amber, I hope you're doing okay from over on the other side here in Vegas. Feeling really warm. We're having some tea right now. Having the Jade Mountain from Tea and Whisk, if you have some at your house. Tona Toti, welcome. And Lily, welcome. We're having some more High Mountain Oolong. Or more oolong, I should say. We had some Taiwanese tea yesterday. We had some Balatong the other day. We've been doing a lot of Taiwanese teas. I picked this one though, not because it's Taiwanese, but just because I really, really like it and know it. So if you're gonna do this at home, if you'd like to, you should try using it with a tea that you know pretty well. So if something changes a lot, let's say like Delphine's maple water pu'ers, if she puts it in another pot and the maple water taste goes away, what happened? What's wrong? You know? It tastes like nothing. Did you brew it long enough? It tastes really odd. I feel like this is the Banko Kyusu, is my first guess. This is a 1 out of 7 now. Banko Kyusu. Tea and Whisk is here. We're brewing one of your teas, Leo. This is the Jade Mountain Winter Sprout. How is this tea listed on your website, by the way, Leo? Someone is asking about how to get it, and yeah, Tea and Whisk carries it. Yeah, just kind of empty, which it's not as offensive as glass. It's a muting one, so it's either the Korean Kyusu if you use for white tea, or it's a Banko Kyusu. Yeah. Or the unglazed, no, it's not the unglazed porcelain guy one. It's something that mutes the tea a lot, but has okay aftertaste. Sort of. Yum, yum. I don't like the Steven. You should have left it when I got the other one right. 2 grams Sweden. Salam, how's it going? We're trying to figure out which pot Steven brewed these teas out of. I'm at 1 out of 2 so far. If I get this wrong, I'm 1 out of 3. That's a problem. 33% is a lot worse than 50%, dude. It's not very inspiring, whatever this pot is for this tea. I think, gosh, what is it? I'm trying really hard, guys. I have a 3-minute deadline before the live finishes. It's not as sweet. I feel like the Banko Kyusu would mute it, but make it sweeter. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, Banko Kyusu or the Korean white tea pot? Which one is it? Can you help me? I don't know, call a friend. Gosh. Banko Kyusu or the Korean white pot? I'm gonna say it's a Banko Kyusu because Banko clay tends to lengthen aftertaste more, and the taste of this is not very good, but the aftertaste is quite good. And that Banko Kyusu has a metal filter, which tends to put a weird taste in the tea. So it's the one that I think is most likely to put that weird taste that I get in the tea.
Locking in?
Yeah. Yes! I got it right! What? It's the Banko Kyusu.
Rip earphone users.
I know, sorry earphone users. I just got really excited. Wow! We did it! Holy crap! And I only have 30 seconds to celebrate with you guys because the stream is ending. Wow! Yes! 66%.
You wanted the tiebreaker. Now you win. You officially win.
I win! Wow. Well, that's cool. Wow, I did it. Yeah. Okay, so that's cool. See you guys tomorrow.
Right.
I spent this whole live agonizing. I want to just discuss how we got it right, dude. Deuteroni. Whoa. The live is like going all over the place, dude. Okay, we're back. For just a little bit, cause dude, yeah. I was like, we should just like discuss this, cause I did so well, and like I wanna discuss how we did this, cause we got a 2 out of 3 success rate, which is pretty good. Yeah. So, for those of you who are joining us again, just really quick, I wanted to just discuss the reason why each pot was that tea. If you guys would like to do this at home. And I was like, hey, wait, I struggled throughout that entire tea session. We might as well talk about it. And like, I want to bask in my joy a little bit longer. If that's okay with you guys. I think that was pretty dope. Yeah, I'm so happy. So, for those of you who are just joining us again, welcome back to those of you who are joining us from earlier. We blind tasted 3 different bowls of tea. The same tea brewed in 3 different teaware pieces. The first one I got wrong. To be fair, you're eliminating as we go on, so it's just a higher chance of me getting it right. But the first one I got wrong, but I'm not surprised. The second one I got correct. The third one I got correct, which I'm happy to do the tiebreaker now. Yeah, that was very, very difficult. So if you're at home and you want to do this, I just wanted to explain how this goes. You need to pick a tea that you know really, really well, and then have someone else brew it for you. The issue is that the person who's brewing for you will be a little bit, they'll brew tea a little bit different from you. So not only will you have to adjust for how they brew, or tell them to just brew strong like I did with Steven, you have to figure out the teaware. So why I thought the Banka Kyushu was good was this tea. This is used for hojicha and roasted teas, and this tends to just lengthen the aftertaste of the tea and make it also muted, which you want for hojicha, right? You want to use this for hojicha because kind of that sour, kind of rough thing going on gets smoothed out by the clay. And yeah, wow, Steven, this is just crazy to me because all of our, first of all, I'm happy because people like winning, right? 2 out of 3, I'll take it. But it means that our teaware experiments actually mean something. Because not only are we assigning a taste to the pot as we're looking, we can identify them blind too. Which means if I can identify it blind, whatever pot you're choosing is making such an effect on the tea consistently that it's measurable and like testable. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Shiloh, welcome. I know you tuned in late, but I'm just shocked. And I think that, I'm proud of myself. I'm just happy because, we've dropped a lot of time doing these side-by-sides and testing teapots and stuff. And for us to be able to identify these really means that clay makes a difference. And it's a measurable, repeatable difference. It's not just like, oh, today, this pot's kind of muting, and then that pot's kind of good today, just today. It happens over and over again. So that's pretty crazy. Now I want to ask you guys while I just cool down. I'm like sweating. It was so difficult to do that challenge. What pots would you use for your test? Because they're just so distinct. Because there's some pots that are like, they don't express themselves as much, but there are pots that their effect is so noticeable in the tea that in a lineup like this, you'd be able to identify them. This one I thought that I would identify, just a little weird. I did find that tea tasted more minerally. That's why this pot, it makes sense that it was this pot. This one just matched the tea really well. And then this one did what it does for hojicha, which is smooth it out and make the aftertaste long. But it's not a good match for the oolong because you don't want to smooth out high mountain oolong. You want it to just be what it wants to be. It's already smooth. So smoothing out a tea that's already very smooth just makes it really, really tiny. And that's how you match the pot to the teas. And do I know this for every pot that I get that's new? I don't. You have to do like a side-by-side and test the pots out. So yeah, holy crap, Steven. I mean, I had fun, but this just means that the teaware experiments were worth it. There's actually like a measurable, testable, like repeatable result. So yeah, I'm really happy. Holy crap, yeah. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm just looking at these. So same tea, 3 different pots, 3 different clay materials. And just because the banco that I have extends the aftertaste and kind of smooths out the tea doesn't mean that your banco will, but different areas have different clay materials that will create that effect on the tea. So most banco will be more similar to each other than like, it's kind of hard to talk about these pots without them being on the table. For example, the stokoname, right? So yeah. Holy crap. Cool beans. Wow. So now I want you guys to go home and like, well, you're home, right? You're home, right? You're social distancing, so you guys are home. And even if you're not blind tasting it, this is proof that your pots will actually make a difference in your teas. Even if it doesn't seem like it at first, even if they might taste really, really similar to you the first time you side by side them, please, 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 please try to match your pots to the teas so that you can figure out how they taste like. Because I promise you the effect is quite noticeable. Yeah. And then one more time, we're about to announce the details of the next challenge over text over the next couple of days. But we're doing a chashi challenge. Chashi translates to like tea play or tea stage, like a stage with like actors who are in a play. And basically, it's a challenge designed to help you use your stuff that you already have at home, your teapots, your trays, your cloths, your whatever cute little design stuff you have. And it's not just to make your teaware look beautiful on the table. It's meant for you to enhance your tea experience using what you have already at home. So if you have been like wondering, do I have to order something, or will I have the teas for the next challenge? You don't have to worry about it. This is a challenge that anyone will be able to participate in as long as you have cups or teapots or flowers in your garden, backyard, whatever, to help set up your tea table. So we'll do that May 1, 1st of May. We want our challenges to start on the 1st of each month. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions about that, about this stuff. 4 Love Challenge is coming soon. I promise, 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 promise. I'm finished with the spreadsheet. Now I just got to put it into a pretty, infographic form. And yeah, that's it. I'm so happy. Yeah. We'll see you guys tomorrow for day 39 of tea practice. Is it already been 40 days? Only 2 days left? If there's something you're dying to cover between now and Sunday, you got 2 days. Let us know if there's a topic that you just want us to do. We will continue doing the weekly lives. And then during the challenges themselves, we're going to be doing 2 days a week. But yeah, thanks for joining us. And thanks for having some kind of trust in me to stick around until we got the guesses right. Yeah, feels good. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. Wow, I'm so happy.